Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Emily Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. Oh my gosh, you cannot hear me that well. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I thought I had my thing plugged in, but I don't. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me well now. I'm not going to be on here for long. I say it every time, but oh my gosh, I'm hearing myself twice. I hope you guys don't. Okay, so as you can see, tired. It has been a long, long night for me. Didn't get much rest last night. So I wanted to shoot a video today after getting on yesterday and having such a good time with the people who joined. You guys really helped me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Are y'all still hearing me? Let me just check and see if I still have a connection. We are here in Savannah, and this is after Hurricane Helene. Okay, I see somebody came on. If you guys can like shout out where you're watching from and interact with me a bit as you come on, that would greatly help. But we're still experiencing some technical difficulties because of Hurricane Helene. So, whoo, bear with me as I see the circles circling over and over. Okay, yes, we can hear you. Thank you so much, Tiffany Ruffner. All right, so listen, I want to know as you guys come on, because we're not going to be on long, do you use AI? Do you use artificial intelligence? And if you do, which ones do you use? Okay, I thought this was going to be a screen share moment, like for me to show you some things, but every time I go to screen share, the stream goes very, very long, and I want to start, we all have stuff to do, so I want to start giving you guys more so bite-sized chunks, that you can digest a little easier, and then we can just, instead of doing one long stream, we can break stuff up. So, oh, you're in LA? Okay, awesome, awesome. I know your face. I don't know why I didn't know you were in LA. So I see a few more people coming in. Do you guys use AI? That stands for artificial intelligence. And if you do, which ones do you use? I will tell you right now, I was really, really slow to the chat GPT thing. And then when I looked at the interface, all the black and the green, it just didn't appeal to me. I felt like I was a coder, and I felt very, I don't know, it just wasn't sexy. So I didn't like it. Um, okay, Anthony. Anthony said I use Gemini to write letters. Gemini is Google. So I literally, like about an hour ago, just put the Gemini icon on my toolbar because I personally am in love with Microsoft Copilot. So, but I see Gemini. I am a Gemini. So I was like, I want to get to use this. Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm happy to see that Anthony is using it, guys. Let me tell you right now, you are going to want to use AI, not just for yourself, but so that you can expose other people around you to AI. Um, I was watching the lead attorney stream the other night where he announced that he had the big C, and that's why we hadn't seen him on live. He's like one of the top streamers in YouTube. He has a lot of interactions, gets a lot of super chats on his lives, and I've taken his course, which is phenomenal. He used to stream every single day, and then all of a sudden he went MIA. Well, he came back and said um, he had the big C, okay, as it relates to health. And so that's why he hasn't been on there. And the whole entire time during that stream, he was admittedly self-conscious about, if you guys do not know, or if you haven't had anybody that has dealt with that health issue, very serious health issue, it affects their brain to the point where oftentimes they will just lose track of what they're saying, kind of space out. I know my cousin, who is more like my big sister, 15 years ago, she had it. I went through that with her as far as moral support, and I definitely saw and still see to this day, 15 days later, 15 years later, how it affects her brain. And it is something that I told her with AI, this is something that she could use as a tool when she's drafting letters. Y'all, there are so many uses to AI, and we're so used to Google that, and we hate change, right? But don't let this stop you from venturing into the world of AI, because there is literally an AI for everything. There's an AI to help you create resumes, websites, graphics. Canva is actually considered AI. And a lot of the tools that you are used to using now have an AI component in them. I put this on my social media the other day, but do you know if you go to Amazon right now on your computer, they have an AI? Do y'all know what their AI is called? You'll never guess. I'm sorry, but it had to be a black person that named this. Amazon's AI is called Rufus. That just cracks me up. that they have an Amazon, that they have an AI, that they named their AI Rufus. But all of these different things are these platforms, these social media sites that we're used to using are now incorporating some component of AI in them that will help you write, draft, or do things just a whole lot quicker. And I'm telling you, especially for those of us that have children, do not do your children a disservice by not talking to them heavy about AI because um right. Okay, Tiffany. She said, yes, I've noticed Notion now has AI on it. Okay. Start looking for these icons in the apps that you're used to using because they're going to start popping up, but you have to look out for them. I was literally doing something on YouTube when I went to do a short just now. And check out the short that I just dropped about 30 minutes ago because it had a cheat sheet of like some prompts and just some things to give you an idea. Because whereas we can go in Google and we usually say how to fill in the blank, what is fill in the blank? AI is so much more robust. You can give it a command and a prompt. You can say, I literally just used it the other night and I said, um, I had written something and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, of course, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and I know what I wrote was whack. And so I said, I plugged it into Microsoft Copilot and I said, write in a conversational tone, everything below in less than 100 characters because I had to have it, within those parameters. And y'all, when I say it tightened that thing, like literally I hit click and it was like, how about this? And if I didn't like that, it would have revised it over and over again until I did like it. Y'all, it is fascinating. You can literally go to um your um your AI and type in write an email for someone asking for a favor, even though I haven't spoken to them in a while. And that it will draft everything: the opening, the greeting, perfect grammar, punctuation, indentations. It will draft me an email just from what I just said. And I want you guys to try this out for yourself. Like I said, that's why I'm not doing a screen share and showing you guys, because what I've noticed is that when I show you guys stuff, you just watch. But I actually want you to do. And I want to spend time just talking to you. I don't want to worry about like, oh, it's not connecting right, especially with all the connectivity issues we've had here since the hurricane. So I want you to try this out for yourself. Literally think about like tone, what parameters, what do you want the thing to say? What do you want the outcome to be? I tried AI even with like law stuff, and this is where it's going to be crucial for you all. Excuse me. If you ever get a paperwork and it says something like vacate and it has all that terminology, now AI is not perfect in the legalese area by no means, but Tiffany said, I know this Rufus. I was like, who this? Okay. That thing, when I say I got a good hearty heart, I said Amazon named their AI Rufus. So now I'm looking for all the names of the different AIs. And y'all, there are a lot. Chat GPT was the trailblazer, just like Google, right? We say, did you Google it? We don't say, did you Bing it? But there are other search engines besides Google. Likewise, there are other AIs besides ChatGPT. And I strongly advise you, before you go to do anything, instead of Googling it, get into the habit of saying, what is a good AI to, and then fill in the blank. What is a good AI to help me revise my resume? What is a good AI to help me I don't know, refine pictures? What is a good AI to help me create a website? What is a good AI to help me with marketing? A friend of mine just told me about Claude. She said that is great for marketing and design. And I've seen another YouTuber shout out Claude. So that's something I have to dig into, look into for sure. But I'm telling you guys, and I'm all over the place as usual, but I told my cousin this because a lot of times she was telling me how she goes to write emails or do certain communications, type out things. And because like the words are just floating in her head and she can't seem to formulate them cohesively in a sentence, I told her, girl, start getting into this AI, just open it up and speak to the AI what you're trying to say, even if it's choppy. It is phenomenal what all AI can do and how it can, the more you interact with it, the more it learns you, and it can really like adjust to your vibe and your tone and what it is you want without you doing as much. So you want to start to really, it's like the programmable seats in your car, right? If you ever had seats in your car that, you can just press a button and it automatically goes to how you preset it. That's how AI is. The more you interact with it, you're kind of like presetting it to say, like, this is what I like. This is how I rock. This is how I roll. Okay. So you've used Claude. What do you think about it? Let me see. It allowed us to do more last year than it does now for free. See, okay, Tiffany, I'm so happy you joined the stream and you're contributing so much. So y'all check out Claude. Tiffany said, and that's the thing, y'all. These free versions of these platforms, you would be blown away with what you could do. I actually do my YouTube thumbnails and so many other things. I'm learning Canva right now, like going really, really deep into Canva. And I only have the free version of Canva because I'm challenging myself to use the free version so that if it's something that the free version can't offer, well, first of all, I'm challenging myself to use it because I want to be an example to other people who don't have a lot of money right now, because I fall in that category, that you can still do a lot with a little. You don't always have to have the paid version of everything. So that's the first thing. I want to be an example. But the second thing is I want to challenge myself. So if there's something that requires me, like the paid version of Canva has the background remover. But if you go to bgremover.com, you can use it for free and it'll automatically dump the removed the a lot of people don't know this, but it only allows you to do so many background removals for free. But if you remove the background and then say throw this to Canva, you can do that unlimited. Like I've done it countless times for my YouTube videos. So I'm just trying to challenge myself to not be so complacent in having things done for me easy. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because I want to look at another person who doesn't have the paid version and say, oh, no, you think I did that on the paid version? I didn't. I did workarounds. I used other things. I used other platforms. And guys, it's just editing. And let me touch on this too, because a lot of people are saying that I don't want to do AI. They're going to take our jobs. You sound like the people in early 2000 who was like, I don't want to use computers. They're going to take our jobs. And what ended up happening is that the people who understood how to use computers are the most employable right now, right? It's not the people who are like, fight the power, pen and paper. No, those people right now, you not using it is not going to stop it from being used. Catch that T. You not using it is not going to stop it from being used. So you may as well figure out how to use it to your benefit, right? I like to use it when I'm writing out my podcast description. Tiffany, I gotta check you out. So if I click your name and go to your channel, you're telling me that your podcast is on there, or is it someplace else? Because I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on, because I said I did a podcast thumbnail using my free Canva version, free Canva version, free version of Canva. And it was because there are times, y'all notice how Clubhouse has like gone down the drain. Are people still using Clubhouse? I don't hear anybody talking about Clubhouse anymore. But I really like that idea, because like right now, I know my eyes, my face, my skin, it is reflective of things that I'm going through and my lack of sleep. I did not want to get on camera, but I do like interacting with y'all face to face more. So I got on camera anyway. I was like, this is not about you, Kim. This is not about you. This is about the information that you share. And plus, the people that jumped on yesterday really gave me good vibes. And so I said, I got to come back to my audience and share more information. But I was telling my cousin about the AI because I know this is going to help her construct emails and feel more confident in her communications. Another thing is, you guys have got to tell your children about AI, because AI, like they're really trying to dummy down our children in the schools. Social media is really working. Like these kids think it is okay to speak in emojis and laws, what you call it, just the first letter of every word. It's gotten out of hand. People, grown people now, people with master's degree, I am seeing they're committing egregious errors in their punctuation and their grammar. And while I'm not the grammar police, I do talk a lot about the law. And let me tell you something, you can be completely right and still totally wrong. They are not going to hold you in high esteem. They're not going to take your claim, very seriously if you cannot at least communicate it in a certain way. Okay. And that doesn't mean that you have to be the best, but you should have just a certain standard of communication that is at least acceptable. And this is again where AI can come into play. You can say, what are the most popular sections of the FDCPA? Whereas if you put that in Google, a lot of times what's going to pop up are the what? Paid ads. Y'all got to understand this is about money. When you go to Google, now the first few three to five things you're going to see are paid ads. They're not the best things. They are the things that are ranking the highest based on keywords and paid ads. When you go to AI, oftentimes it's going to give you that answer that you're looking for. And then it will give you suggestions and footnotes that you can click and drill down to the source website. So it is like Google on steroids, for real. It is so much better. I mean, I use it on my phone now. Now instead of Googling stuff, I co-pilot it. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to check out Claude for real, Tiffany. I want to check out your podcast. I didn't see you answer a question. Do you guys have any other questions? Because we are at 16 minutes now. Again, I wanted to jump on here and tell you, if you see any verbiage and if you get a summons or something, now double check it, because AI is not perfect. But if you see something like the judgment has been vacated, look that up. See what it means. If you need to draft something, a complaint, if your cell phone company is doing something wrong to you, just go to AI and say, hey, I have coverage with the cell phone company. How can I figure out if I have a claim? You can ask AI anything, and then look at the answer. Use it as a jump off point to start your research. Use it as a jump off point to finesse, right? Whatever email or communication it gives you, and then put in any other information that is pertinent. Make it sound like you can tweak it after the fact. But a lot of times we stop at the start. For many of us, especially me, it is so hard for me to just get started with something. So this is where AI is going to be a huge advantage. And again, I'm telling you, tell your kids about AI. Get them accustomed to utilizing it. Ask them about different apps. Seriously. Because I think we're getting to a point where, my son is about to be 15. When I was 15, I got my worker's permit early. I went to the movie theater and I was like, hey, I want a job. The manager said, can you come on Friday? I think it was like a Wednesday. I said, shoot, yeah. And that was it. I filled out the paperwork. When I got there, that was it. I come from an era where you could go into a job interview, or you could walk into a place, ask them if they were hiring. They would tell you yes or no. You could sometimes do an interview on the spot or within a week. And if they ask you something like, do you know how to use a computer? You would say yes, even if you didn't really know, because you're like, shoot, I'll learn this on the job. And you usually did. But I think we're moving to an era where they're going to ask, first of all, your child is going to have to submit a resume with keywords to even get anybody to see it. The bots that pre-screen it, right, need to filter it to even go to a real person. And then from there, they're probably going to have to do some type of like virtual interview, because there's so much of remote working now. They're probably going to want to make sure your child is comfortable with Zoom and Teams and things of that nature ahead of time. So, like I saw a job application the other day and it was like, upload your resume and then upload an unlisted YouTube video, no more than 2 minutes, telling us blue, 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 blue. Like, these people ain't playing. They want to see you. They want to know that you know how to use technology. So if you don't know how to upload an unlisted YouTube video, you already got a problem, right? And if you don't know how to talk in less than 2 minutes, again, AI can help you with that, because if you are a rambler like me, then you can take what you want to say, put it in the AI and say, make this no more than 2 minutes, or, I don't know how you exactly do that, but you can practice. You can record what you want to say the first time and then say, cut this down by 50%. How about that? Or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I think we're moving to a place where your kid is going to have to go through all of these technological advances and prove that they know how to use this technology before they even get a job. I don't think AI is going to take away jobs any more than computers took away jobs. Now, did they? Yes. But again, your best bet is to hedge against, like, what am I going to say? I need AI right now. You want to hedge against that though. You want to put yourself in the best position possible. You want to learn these tools. You want your children to know these tools, because I don't put it past any of these employers to basically be like, okay, you seem good, but one last thing, here's a list of 5 things that we need you to do within the next 10 minutes. And the last thing you want, in the employer's mind, they're probably going to be, they are thinking, they know you have to use AI to get this done. And if your child is sitting there trying to do it manually real quick, they've missed the message. So, this is something, you know, that you want to be thinking about. You want your child definitely thinking about. And people, again, that have brain issues or communication issues, people that have difficulty reading and writing, this is huge for them, because they can literally open up an AI program chat app and then speak what it is they want and then have it returned back to them. So that's all I had to say. Does this make sense to you guys? And again, this is especially important for law, because law is so complex. Um, just double check it. But a lot of things that you ask me, you could ask AI. You could ask AI. Like, you're only restricted by your own imagination. So learn about AI prompts, because the input is going to determine the output, and start using different forms of AI. Figure out which one you like best, which one works for you and the things that you do in your industry, in your business, on your side time, and just get to it. This is something that should excite us. I want it to excite us, because again, just because you refuse to use it doesn't mean that it's going to go away. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye.